LoreWarrior Aerospace. Union-class dropship. Overview. Weighing in at 3,500 tons, the Union-class dropship is the middle member of the Leopard Union Overlord triad. As such, it is the standard medium dropship, small enough to easily transport a mech raiding party, and large enough to support part of a full-scale invasion. Capabilities. The Union's mech complement is a full company of 12 mechs, plus 2 aerospace fighters. This capacity often leads to a single dropship being associated with a specific company. Sinclair's company of House Lau's St. Ives Armoured Cavalry is linked, for example, with the Union dropship Sweet Chariot. The Union's armament is impressive in comparison to every other warcraft save the awesome Overlord class. 6 Class 5 autocannon, 12 medium lasers, and 5 heavy lasers sprout from the vehicle's spherical surface, along with 3 PPCs and 6 20-rack LRM launchers. Though the ship is incapable of fire at low altitudes, its array of weapons can deliver massive amounts of firepower in space, making the Union a terrifying opponent. Crowded by weapon bays and the like, the crew's quarters are Spartan. The 14 crewmen and 12 to 14 mech warriors and fighter pilots are expected to cram themselves into a single, tiny bunk room with neither viewports nor recreational facilities. The 2 officers share another microscopic bunk room, while the captain is allowed the ultimate luxury of private quarters, in an area scarcely larger than a single bed and wash basin. Sanitary facilities are so limited as to be almost ludicrous. In addition, the air recirculation system is as small and unsophisticated as possible, leading to frequent breakdowns in an atmosphere redolent with sweat and dirty socks. Despite the difficult living conditions, Union crews accomplish their missions ably, defending against aerospace fighter attack and with calm efficiency delivering their mech cargoes to drop points. While the spherical shapes of both the Union and the Overlord make space travel and atmospheric entry easier, the ships are unstable, and at their most vulnerable when actually descending through an atmosphere. A single hit to one of the Union's 4 altitude jets can make it tumble out of control, crashing and destroying its entire complement. Marek fighter squadrons made just such attacks during the Laoist invasion of Van Diemen IV, destroying several Union-class dropships as they descended toward the planet. The shortage of replacement parts for the Union's complex interplanetary drive system and the lack of the heavy industry needed to construct them may imperil the future of both the Union and the Overlord. Even now, they're produced in very small numbers, and the knowledge of their exotic technology is limited to a tiny handful. If the succession wars drag on, they may eventually lead to the end of this magnificent vehicle and its larger cousin. Battle history. Union-class dropships served throughout Starleague's stormy late history. They moved into battle escorted by the League's awesome Star Cruisers, then delivered their armoured cargoes and returned to space. The Star Cruisers are gone now, and those Union-class dropships that remain are often badly in need of maintenance, crippled by the lack of reliable technicians. Falling between the light Leopard and the super-heavy Overlord, the Union has the flexibility to accompany either one, whether as a lighter adjutant to the Overlord or as a powerful central coordinator for a raid by Leopards. When fuel is sufficient, the Union may drop its mechs at different locations, a lance at a time, from high altitude, then land at a central rendezvous point. This tactic is especially useful during raids, when speed and surprise are the most valuable. The Union also carries spare parts and ammunition for its mechs, and will occasionally remain on the ground as a support base. Use of the Union class dates back well into the Starleague era, when it was first built as a replacement for the older Lion class dropship. It continues in the service of every successor house, and a few even serve in the retinues of bandit kings. Union ships have participated in nearly every military operation of any size, and due to the expense and comparative scarcity of Overlord class, Union dropships often form the bulk of the invasion force. The maintenance problem cited above is beginning to plague the class, however. Although many remain in service, the difficulties of manufacture and obtaining parts are beginning to affect the Union's performance. The class remains the standard dropship of the successor states, but its days may be numbered. Notable dropships. Sweet Chariot, Cabal Confederation dropship. The venerable 400-year-old dropship has, for the last century and a half, been the traditional transport of Lau's Sinclair's company of the St. Ives Armoured Cavalry. Under the experienced eye and steady hand of Captain Lars Talbot, Sweet Chariot has seen action in virtually every sector of Lau's space, from Ronal to Aboris. She bears the scars of numerous battle and is well loved by her crew. Captain Talbot is a humorless yet compassionate man in his mid-50s who has served Lau for 32 years. His style of command is strict, by the book, but he's fully capable of bending the rules to his or her crew's advantage. The traditional bond between a Union class and its company is especially strong here, with Sinclair's company and the crew of the Sweet Chariot considering each other family members. Loyalty to company and dropship often takes precedence over loyalty to House Lao, and has occasionally caused problems. Sweet Chariot is one of the best known dropships in the Confederation, and her loss would be a great blow to Lao morale. Red Eagle, Draconis Combine Dropship. The Eagle is an independent dropship, not associated with any specific mech unit. She's well known for her victories in space, preferring to slug it out with her enemy ships rather than withdraw behind a screen of fighters. Her hull is scarred by several hits, but none have yet succeeded in inflicting serious damage. Captain Issei Morrow is an aggressive commander, and has attracted a crew that shares her sentiments, desiring action in the thick of battle. In the continuing conflict with House Davian, they have gotten their wish. Attacked by Davian fighters during the Krita invasion of Hoan III in 2996, the Red Eagle shot down 8 enemy craft, forcing them to withdraw as she dropped her mechs. Fighting her way off the planet, the Eagle took more damage, but also destroyed even more Davian ships.